So they're both starting off from the same sort of position.
I'm wondering if they have the damage to deal with this Timber Saw. I saw Armel go berserk on this hero, but he was versus a lot of strength heroes, and they can itemize to be able to try to deal with him. Fly. Oh. Dodging the brambles.
Oh, look at those jukes. This man has been in a few mazes in his lifetime.
30 seconds remaining.
Do you have many mazes in NA, or is that a British thing?
No, there's those the corn maze, not corn. What are they?
Oh, of course it'd be a corn maze.
It's not corn. You know what I meant. What are they? What are those bushes even called? What kind of plant is that?
It's the bush, isn't it?
I think it's a specific type of one though. When they make the mazes, but yes, we have them.
You do have mazes.
Yes, we have NA mazes.
NA mazes.
Mazes.
Let's have a look. Let's see what lanes have we got coming up.
And S4. Gotta make the go onto Raven here. Oh. The boots on the Pango.
Oh, the swashbuckle into the body block.
Take your tribute.
Damage onto Raven.
And they will pull the wave right away. So they're going to put a lot of pressure onto this safe lane with these two heroes, and I'm excited.
And the Mad Magnus.
We got the Mad Magnus
So
too.
last time he had a rough one.
He did.
I believe I can even remember the KD.
Oh,
I think it ended
maze.
It was 1-8 and 3. 1-8 and 3. Let's see if he can do better this time. He does like, we'll warn you, ladies and gentlemen, if you are, you do have sensitive eyes, he does build the Aghanims on his Magnus.
Yeah, he goes the blink. Blink, maybe he'll, maybe not this game. We'll see.
We'll see.
It could be decent, the magic damage that comes up. Take a look at the lanes. We've been so excited.
Is Cuckoo? Where is he? Swashbuckle's going to be back up in 5 seconds. Oh. Jerax
might actually get the kill here.
Oh, Cuckoo's going to try the TBS. Swashbuckle's back up in time. Oh, it's not enough damage.
Underwhelming.
Needs a buff.
First level's not really that strong.
It doesn't do a lot.
But the cooldown just gets better and the damage gets better as well. Skill's very hard. The mid, Armel already off to a great start. But we should see Mad farm pretty fine here with that Empower. The damage on Magnus is much higher than the right click of Timber Saw.
Bottom lane, Raven. Going to work on S4 with the Rocket Barrage. Homing missile in as well. S4, it's taking a lot of damage. Here, they're getting in close and personal. That's going to be first blood for TNC. Finding and punishing the S4 Nyx assassin.
How much did they have to expend for that? They used... Okay, they didn't have to use that much, actually.
Not too much at all.
Cuckoo's out of regen, and Raven has a Tango in itself, as well as that Mango.
Great way for Raven to start. Now, kill now.
Yeah.
Towards Jerax. Jerax will be able to get himself out of range with the Swashbuckle.
The games that I've seen from OG is, at least the one that we got to cast, was where they really suffered in this bottom lane. So I'm going to look to see if they can actually recover that one. They've got a double wave coming in, so S4 will be able to get a decent amount out of it now. But like we said, this Timber could have a very spectacular game.
That's the big worry, it really is for OG. The arm out could be quite scary this game.
Bottom lane again. Looking for S4. Raven even pops the Mango here. They're looking for S4. The Carapace was used. The missile.
He's going to have it. Isn't he, that missile? One more touch. That's all he needs.
He gets him.
Oh, Raven. This bottom lane looking pretty scary for OG. Raven able to consistently run them down with his gyro.
I mean, this is, I was just mentioning it, they've been struggling a lot in their off lane. Fly as well now will go down.
I mean, these side lanes, I mean, in the mid lane as well, that's not going bad at all. Armel leading the farm only slightly against Mad, but yeah, these two lanes to the side looking pretty well. Pretty good for TNC. These dual lanes that they're running just seeming to have a bit of an edge over what OG have brought to the laning stage.
Yeah, and I mean, I was saying Mad will be able to farm here, but Armel, he can't push him out is the problem. And once Armel has 6, that's when the threat really comes to that Magnus. And we just keep seeing Tims and Sam H putting a lot of pressure onto this top lane here. Tims now, though, in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, he's got the Shadow Realm. But he should be fine. He's just saving it.
For now.
And they are going to try and punch back on him.
The bonds. It's only on one of the melee creeps here, though. It won't be enough to kill Tims.
Let's see what they can find here.
Skewer on mid.
Got the skewer back, but Armel, he's pretty tanky.
He's got a lot of launch charges, too.
Should be able to walk this one off, and he does.
Look at that. So, Heart Piercer, we were mentioning how great this ability can be versus these armor heroes. So, even if you have the 10 reactive stack, even if with those stacks, if you get hit by Heart Piercer, it puts you to 0. So that could be pretty devastating, and that could be a big way to actually kill that Timber Saw.
As we're seeing, they're going to need a bit more if they want to try and bring down Armel in the laning stage. getting a lot out of this, Jarax.
That could play, I mean, that could play a huge factor in the later stages, though. If he's able to just get that pierce off, then they can definitely burst down the Timber.
Looking for the courier.
Only for Pango.
I mean, how do they stop this Timber from farming? It feels like this is just...
They can't slow him down.
They can't. Armel's going to get everything that he wants out of this lane. Lane Raven trying to get a bit aggressive again onto S4. CS-wise, as we said, we talked about the mid lane, the safe lane for Notel. He's certainly finding the farm on his Troll Warlord, 24 for 10 at the moment. As Fly doing a good job keeping Notel healed up and ready to keep on farming against the duo of TNC.
Still reading a little bit about Pango because I have not actually seen this hero interact in all these games.
This is the first game I've ever casted a Pango.
Yep, me too.
Looking forward to seeing some fun from Jack, see what he can do. Obviously going to be a bit of a slower start than the Ice Pango that we see earlier because of the slower levels, being a support Pango this time round.
Troll getting pretty damn good farm up top though, no tail.
Yeah, he's
and S4, even though he's died twice, he's sitting on 21 last hits and level 5 already on this Nyx Assassin, so he is getting away with a decent amount. But now bottom. That's the Carapace for now,
but they're just going to wait it out. The body blocks as well from Cuckoo. He is going to try and juke this one away. S4, he's looking to run, he's looking to hide. Raven will chase down. There's the Mango, turns with a stun.
Is he going to actually get out here?
He goes for the TP play, and S4, he's going to make it out of there. With that Mango, that man goes. Yeah. It's pretty much even. OG, even though they gave her those 3 kills, are still finding pretty much equivalent farm for the lanes. Jarrett's just getting played upon here. His arm out. Once again, an aggressive, looking for the chance to go for the kill. He gets the arcade boost delivered to him. He doesn't actually jump up to the high ground there with that swashbuckle. Still, Armel, can he find it? Shield crash down to low ground. He's looking for the juice, but the chakram's there. Armel gets the pick, as couldn't quite make it up to the high ground with that swashbuckle. And lane, attempt on S4, he does have the spike carapace.
No TP this time though.
He's left on the ground, looking for Raj as well. Chasing him down, and now with the level 6, the cooldown comes through. On to Jarrex, S4 will turn. They've got the presence of this Pangolin, and they'll find Ray.
S4 on this Nyx. With that sidestep on the call down, perfectly done, and then Jarrex rotation.
Bottom lane, they're ready to dive in. Jarrex is in underneath the tower with the swashbuckle, picks up a second for OG.
Mid lane, Mad forced to use the RP defensively. Now Armel, he's got the
Wants this.
He
just needs the connection with the chakram. Can he find the angle? Oh no. Still go for this.
Out of mana.
One more spell is all he needs. Oh, he's got the presence of Cuckoo. There we go. He's found it. Cuckoo there to make sure that Mad does not get away. And as you say, that's Mad being forced to use the RP.
Yeah. I mean, we did say this Timber is going to be a problem.
Yeah, Armel's having a great game. He's had a beautiful lane and is certainly going to take quite an answering to from OG if they do wish to have a chance of killing it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Jarrex is close, but he does have to respect the burst that Armel can down if he gets the control. Now, towards Jarrex, you have got the TP in from Mad. Armel is not feeling any sort of fear at the moment.
Go start getting this tower now. Tower getting down to 84 HP. They will bring S4. Make sure that they can at least get this deny if that's what they choose to do, and it will be at top. Notel gets the bash. He's stunned up now.
Damage for that burrow strike as well, holding back Notel. He'll try and run down Tims. Tims keeps the distance, slow there onto Sam H, but the maze is down, the bushes are out, and block OG off from chasing for more.
1k gold lead for TNC. Claiming a incredibly early tower. Now we will probably see Mad farming the jungle and just defending towers with the shockwave to try to farm up that blink. They're really going to need it. Stacking jungle also with for his troll warlord later on. Very good option. Derax, 8 seconds for that swashbuckle. Armel on the prowl.
So be careful when using it aggressively like such. Well, looking for the chase. There it is, back up again. Armel really wants to try and find this. Won't quite be able to though. Bottom lane, an attempt onto S4. They've got the stuns with the homing missile, the root as well. No escape. TNC with the 3 of them able to punish the Nyx assassin. As S4 did hit that 6, but hasn't really been able to do anything with it. 6 for 2, TNC maintain the lead. Their cores are getting that bit further out of control in comparison to that of OG.
Yeah. I mean, they're really going to need the Magnus Blink Dagger for really them to take any big team fights, as well as those level 6s come out. Once they get 6 on Warlock, 6 on Pango, they can look to start getting aggressive and make these moves. They could make a rotation onto the Gyrocopter when they do have those 6s with the Vendetta, and they can even bring the Troll Warlord down and maybe look for a tower out of it. Invis.
Towards Matt, they've got the 3 of them here. Missile ready to kick things off. There we are, they've got the control. Stun as well connects. He's stuck under the cooldown. Will be able to skew himself back, but there's the stun from the Willow with the flag. Is it enough to find him? It is. The root controls him. Mad taken down. TNC finding kill after kill now. These supports. Good rotations. Yeah, but OG just aren't able to match at the moment.
I mean, Armel just, they don't really have to go to this lane at all. They don't have to help him. He can just do whatever he really wants at this moment in time. And top, Sam H is also just farming with the Sandstorm.
I mean, where do OG look to make a play, do you feel?
They need their 6s, they need
it's
their...
just all about the blinks and such.
Yeah, I mean, they need the 6 on the Warlock at least in order to make any real aggressive play.
Tim's down here, left on his own at the moment. Wants to obviously find his level 6. S4's trying to look for the Hunters, get the hit. Yeah, he's got the kill.
It's a free one.
Stun and the Vendetta hits enough to take down Tims.
I mean, S4, even though he died a couple times, he's been having a pretty solid bottom lane. So they do have 6 now on Warlock. They can start to make that aggressive move.
Spotted out there by that wall.
It was.
They know what's coming and they are prepared. They smoke themselves on the high ground and instantly they're ready to go. They've got the cooldown off the both of the mat, trying to skew himself away, but he caught Armel with him. Blocks the RP. The homing missile will still be there to hold down Matt. Raven trying for the roll around. Jarrett comes in with the rolling thunder, looking to try and control Raven, but the play isn't quite there from Jarrett. Doesn't manage to find the full control on Raven. They have lost the Rubik, but TNC got what they came for. They got the 2 kills, taking down both Matt and Fly. Top lane as well, Sam H. The help of the Willow, bringing Notel down low, and there's the Shadow Realm hit to finish up the kill. The Terrorize is going to come through, no, it's not the Spike Carapace. Holding Tim's back, but Sam H will still survive. Burrow Strike as he gets himself out, away from this Nyx assassin. S4's trying to chase Tims, but Tims will hold him back with the stun. He's hit the stun himself, S4, but he's going pretty deep, and now Cuckoo's turned up. Telekinesis to hold back S4. He's got the heal of Fly. Playing around with the idea of the chaotic offering. They'll try for the stun, not going to quite connect as S4 keeps themselves safe and alive in the tree line. But each and every one of these plays, you know, Maddie's trying to get involved, but they're prepared for it every single time, TNC.
He's now used the RP twice in a defensive aspect. But yeah, that ward that they placed early on to watch the movement, super crucial there. Warlock still hasn't been able to get the chaotic offering when they tried to do it in those 2 situations. The Empower now, though, is it's only level 2, but they have thrown it onto Notel, so we can start farming some of those stacks, at least. Hold it.
About Notel's farm, he's got to catch up somehow if OG wish to have a hope here, because this Gyro and Timbersaw are getting very far ahead. Armel and Raven.
All grouped up here. They walked just under vision of TNC, and even another ward placed on just to make sure they've got eyes and tabs on them. And let's
see what we can do. Actually get anyone caught out. They're going to go forward S4. Keep eyes on them. More TPs coming in from OG. They are interested in trying to take a fight here.
Jarrett's committing the ulti.
He is looking to roll in, but already Armel Timber changed himself down. Got the hood. Trying to get himself out of there. Good control from Jarrett. Is it enough? There comes the Burrow Trap. The chaotic offering down onto 2. There's the RP backup. They'll hold down the Timbersaw. They'll hold down Sam H. Sam H will be able to walk himself out. In fact, Raven's going to be here with a turnaround. As sure they killed the Timber, but it's cost them 3 of their lives. Fly's trying to TP out. He's not going to make it. Cuckoo finds him in the tree line with the telekinesis. Triple kill for Cuckoo. as TNC hit back hard. OG throwing multiple ultimates down onto the Timbersaw. Sure, they do get him and Sam H, but TNC were more than prepared to react to that. Cuckoo getting huge amounts of damage out there, some big steals as well. I so the shockwave and such because they did group up so much on OG and did the massive amount of burst with Raven at these sort of fights at this stage of the game where Jara really hits his early peak. I mean,
Shockwave's actually a pretty damn good spell on Rubik's Steel. It's a 7-second cooldown nuke for 300 damage, plus that no field aura. A lot of magic damage.
Yeah, huge damage from TNC.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said it yourself, OG, they had to expend all their ultis pretty much to make sure that they kill this Timber.
Yeah.
And that's when Raven can come for the cleanup with Cuckoo.
This straight up. Got the blink on Sam H. They have Epicenter. They're ready to try and look for a play whilst they know that OG do not have all their ultimates available.
And they've still got this aggressive ward down now too. So watching OG, they're watching No-Tail.
Vision onto No-Tail. They're coming with the Burrow Strike Epicenter as well. No-Tail getting chased down. No Shadow Word from Fly will be enough to heal off No-Tail as he will fall. They get the pick that they were after, slowing down this Troll Warlord even more. 15-6 now for TNC.
S4 is going to be going for Meteor Hammer. We've seen this several times now in the Nyx Assassin.
Seems to be the one they like, and very nice as well. But they have got good team fight control and stun, so a lot of things to sort of follow up a Meteor Hammer with.
Yeah, I mean, if they get an RP on several heroes, they can stun, Meteor Hammer follow, and be pretty good for them. And they've got the blink now on Mad.
And they've got RP back online, so they can see what they can find.
And Jerax is also getting very close to a Spirit Vessel, so that's really going to help versus Armel on this Timber. But he's almost got a Yules as well, so he can kind of counteract it a bit of the times. Raven, top of that net worth though with this Mask of Madness build, getting all those involved kills top. TNC looking to play around bottom.
Armel's on his own mid. The question is really, do OG have any sort of interest in popping the ults for just the Timbersaw once again?
S4.
We'll tease around a little bit with Armel. Obviously no sort of kill threat coming out from the Nyx Assassin alone. Mad has got an Invis rune and a haste rune. This could be good to set up something big if TNC do group up. The rest of OG though, they are starting to head over towards Mad, but they aren't super close. They pop a sentry down, they've got eyes on Mad. They've got the Telekinesis Burrow Strike, that'll be the Magnus out of the fight. No chance for an RP when TNC are reading the map as well as they are, prepared each and every time. They will probably lose Cuckoo off the back of this. And that is the least of their worries there, because that could have got a whole lot messier. But Cuckoo was prepared with the sentry, they had the grab, and again, struggles for Mad as he just can't find these RP opportunities.
TNC just very prepared every single time, and they've been playing a lot as a unit.
They have.
Just because I mean, this is what this hero can cause. Like these heroes like Timbersaw, like these Broods or something that just you put them in a lane and they're gonna have pretty much a great time. You have to commit so many resources to stop them. So they have a lot of liberty to move around the map while Armel just can kind of do anything. He has a lot of freedom here.
As a Veil on Tims. I mean, between the Veil on Tims and the no kill from the Rubik and the magical damage they have, it's going to be quite something for OG. And OG, they don't really have a hero that's going to be building any sort of these auras, really. The sort of the pipe, the mech. I mean, obviously, we did see in the Nessie game, I saw the Pango did build the Greaves, but in the support capacity, even if Jarrett's wanted to do that, it would be a long, long way away. And top lane, Jarrett is going to try and open up. They're onto Armel. Just the Spirit Vessel out onto him. Armel trying to get himself out of it. Piercer proc will come through, but again with the Timber Chain, Armel keeping his distance. He's running. He's doing his best to get himself out of here, and he will be able to create the distance. They just can't lock down that Timber.
That was close, but they ran out of Spirit Vessel charges, so they couldn't really continue the chase and losing that gap close. And like you're mentioning, so much magic damage on TNC.
S4's walked into this, but they're prepared. Sentry down, and S4 will get punished. And look at that. That's a bit of a dream still there for Cuckoo. Got his own vendetta. Yeah, ready to scout things out and find the setup for TNC.
A lot of ways to get vision now. And they really need to get the Troll Warden with the BKB. Like you're saying, the Veil picked up on Tim's early on. So much magic damage.
And look at this with this vendetta. They're going to catch Mad off guard. Telekinesis, he will be able to get the skewer down to the low ground. The Shadow Word here looks like he will be safe this time. able to get himself out of range of danger, but the space is there for TNC to put pressure onto that tier 2 tower top.
Yeah, and Armel took the 100 damage down too, so he does hit towers. Well, but these sentries by TNC, both times now, bottom side catching Mad, top side catching S4.
And again, not just the wards as well.
Yeah, they've been
spots out this smoke.
I mean, they've been really on point with their warding game.
Yeah, I think the support play as a whole has been very strong from TNC.
Yeah.
Tim's in this game just playing at full force.
And you can see that their areas too. You see those 4 sentries placed bottom to try to protect that triangle of farm. But now TNC, they've snuck those deeper wards, as you pointed out. OG. They really need the dream right now for OG is really getting a big fight and then getting into the Roche pit with their heroes, because with that Empower as well as Tor Warlord, they can bring it down very quickly. But they need to get a very successful pick off here, because TNC's team fight is still very strong. And there's a full BKB now on Raven too.
Yeah, seeing the Dream Iron timing here on this Gyro Raven. Fantastic amounts of farm. Notel he's climbing his way back up there though, the Impact. And as quickly as you say, so the BKB's there for one. He's also close to his elbow, and in fact, they have found the grab here. Dark Willow, dragging him back in. He's got the Terrorize, though, sends them back at Tim's. He'll be able to get himself out of there. Quick force for Sam H. The power of the Terrorize.
4-second fear.
Jarex continuing to farm up on this Pango, has the Blink Dagger now finished, so they have a first way to start the fight. I think if they can start the fight with the Pango and then throw like a rock, it can cause a lot of chaos, and that can be what's crucial for them to set up the RPs for Mad. Because I mean, initiating with a Mag RP, never the dream.
No.
You talk about, I mean, I think we've beat that one to death.
And it's, they absolutely have to have the Notel BKB on, because at this stage, even if they get a good RP, if you don't get that Willow, she will just be terrorizing any sort of follow-up away from it. Notel won't be able to get in and get the hits off bottom lane. They're just going to pop the RP for the poor old Sam H. As he is still alive now, finally gets taken off. TPs are coming through. They are going to look to try and punish OG4. This is Armel, comes in close to the gap. Jarex and Notel are there with the backup. They will push Armel away from chasing for more.
Armel was dangerously low on mana.
But he is still at the moment. That's 4. Very nicely done there. Cuts off the Timber Chain escape. As OG will end up finding a second. Initially maybe looked like a bit of a heavy commitment with the RP just onto 1, but takes the attention from Timbersaw down to the bottom lane, and they end up killing Armel as well.
Yeah, and they can look to just go take another fight after that. They still have the Chaotic Offering. Sure, they've used a couple ultis, but that Warlock ult, they can still look to catch TNC off guard. Kind of use that quick pace.
Full Blink Dagger on Cuckoo, so a lot easier for him to get these big steals. As you sort of set yourself from the draft, a lot of nice things that he can get his hands on, especially these big ultimates. Get in and grab a good RP or Dream the Chaotic Offering. See what he can find and get his hands on. Maybe for Notes Out, Shadow Blade for Matt.
Yeah, S4 had the Meteor Hammer finished a bit ago too, and we'll be going for a Blink to follow up those initiations, but now TNC, they're looking for a fight.
The team yet to look towards Rush.
If OG are in like a position where they take a fight near their jungle, they can quickly transition into that Roche. But because they killed the Timbersaw all the way down bottom, they couldn't just beeline to that Roche. It was a bit too far away.
If Mad comes up and farms that wave, could be in trouble. They're sort of hovering around mid and top. See where they want to go. TNC, they see Mad up top. They want to get this Magnus out. They know he's going to have RP back in 10 seconds, but Mad is playing it safe. Clears the wave, instantly backs up. Make sure that he's not in a position to be caught out. Rejoining the team, RP is at the ready. TNC, they're almost certainly keeping track of the timings.
I think S4 is going to snipe Courier here.
Oh, he's got anything on?
Oh, they have a Sentry and Knobs there. They're able to cut it away. And now they have a slow Sentry.
They want to punish him for that. For the Spike Carapace, but still having myself in on the back of it. They're looking for Armel. Can they finish him off? They drop the Chaotic Offering. Armel's still alive, though. Timber chains himself up to the high ground. He's going to be able to survive this. He gets himself away, and Raven's actually come in. He's cleaned up a second. He got S4. He finds fire as well. Sam H goes up for the high ground. Looking for Jarex and Notel. Notel incredibly low, looking to get himself back towards the shrine. In fact, he's running further away. He knows that he has to just get the distance between them. He's running. He's hiding behind the old bush. Is it going to be enough? Oh, he's got him. Cuckoo Sam8 in and on top of Notail will pick up a third.
The warding by TNC again. That time they spot out the initiation from the Nyx Assassin, get his initials, another sentry down. And even though OG gets the initiation on the front lines, they weren't able to burst that timber in time.
They got so close to bringing down Armel. But yeah, with this build as well, the sort of the Yule Scepter and the Vanguard, it's something a little different. It makes him very hard to kill.
Yeah, I think he's even the Vanguard.
I mean, it's so often to go for the plays. He's got to know by now. There's so many sentries up just everywhere. As S4 tries to go in, but instantly the Chakram comes out. They put the Terrorize to send Mad back and make sure that there's no savior for S4. It's just almost impossible for OG to play around with the invis this game, as TNC just have eyes on them every single time, where you sort of got to ask yourself, I mean, do you still think the Shadowblade was the correct pick for this Magnus? Would you maybe like to see a 4-star or some other way to get in? Because you're never gonna catch TNC by surprise. They've got sentries everywhere.
I mean, TNC is just very prepared. They're incredibly prepared for the Nyx Assassin, and yeah, I think maybe the Shadowblade could have been something else, but
like a BKB or a 4. I mean, he's going to be BKB now. He's getting the BKB now, match.
He wanted to have that different way to be able to initiate the fight. So we do see that time and time again when we used to see Mag a lot. Flipping again the Shadowblade to get the better avenues to initiate, but yeah, TNC, they're just, I mean, these warding games have been ridiculous. It's like these deep wards, and then always having a ward and a sentry when they're in between like the river. Or getting punished for trying to go for that courier. Raven, 10, 1, and 7. Only that one death that he had in the laning phase.
He's having a solid old time.
And now a gem. For just up.
So how it goes. We have seen games, of course, it was yesterday where TNC had quite the lead. They did end up letting that game slip away from them. I mean, that was a game where Raven was like 16-0 and 11. So KDA is not always everything.
That's a TNC special. Having watched a lot of TNC, they do have difficulty closing games out. So this one, OG's definitely not out of it just yet, but it's looking quite hard at the moment with the way that TNC's been playing and the way they've just been prepared for all of OG movements.
Because I think the sort of difference in a lot of the games where that happens, it is where sort of Raven is the only one far ahead. But the thing this time around is the fact that not just Raven, but Armel is also having a fabulous game. So you have these two cores that are incredibly scary. As we've seen Armel being able to get himself away from sort of imminent death, even with OG dropping ultimates on him and look towards mid. Cuckoo comes out from the Storm and Vendetta, gets good hit onto S4, will blink himself away. Doesn't want to stick around.
The big concern for me for OG is though is that Notail, he's 0-3-1 on the Troll Warlord so far this game. He actually hasn't been able to really get involved.
Very, very slow game in that sense.
Yeah.
It's a full Bloodstone for Armel now as well. So TNC can keep the fights going their ways.
I mean, as long as TNC doesn't really group and get caught by a multi-hero RP Fatal Bonds, they should be pretty okay in the team fights. But that's always the thing you have to watch out for when you're playing versus like Mag. If you do get caught by like a 3 or 4 man RP versus with Troll Warlord, you're all more than likely gonna die.
Jerax with his build, so after the Spirit Vessel Blink is queuing up the Diffuser Blade.
Yeah, I mean this is, we've seen it. We haven't seen it
a lot of variants, really.
Yeah, a lot of variants. Like we've seen like the Basher builds. We saw, like you mentioned, Ice went for the Guardian Greaves.
Yep.
Mana is very important to have on Pango, but Diffusal always really nice to get that constant mana burn.
Yeah, absolutely. 200 mana burn, a Swashbuckler.
Yep. They know better than me. Not a Pango player here.
See, no spy, they're looking for a fight. Raven's just going to walk up it. OG, they do have the full fight, man.
He's got Aegis, so it looks like he's trying to actually tempt them to use the spells onto him for that initial death. And Armel did finish up the Bloodstone right before the fight, and they have passed him the gem, so he's looking to just be that frontliner to scout out the movements from both S4 and Matt. A deep bottle. A bottle deep. They can save it.
Jan's there. They know Notail's about. Cuckoo with this Vendetta. He's closing the gap onto Notail. They've got him straight away with the grabs. Kellyoffer's going to get popped down. They pop the RP. They managed to get through. And now the damage is coming out from Notail where it comes through. The Aegis of the Jara and the life of Cuckoo. But Armel, he's still surviving through it all. Forces Mad to skewer himself away. And Raven's ready for round 2. Turns towards S4 with the BKB. He'll find the Nyx Assassin. Mad able to just blink away in time. OG get out of there. OG, they do take the Aegis out of the hands of Raven, but on top of that, only get the Rubik. They lose S4. it did cost them the RP and the chaotic offering, and with the use of both of those two ults, I don't know if it's quite enough from OG. They wanted more out of that, and they just aren't getting it. No tail.
He's looking for somebody here, but with his BKB down, he can't actually look for the further chase. And Armel trying to stalk Jerax. Has to back out. And this is, I mean, that is the power of having an Aegis though, right? Versus RP.
You just tank it.
Yeah, you tank. Just be in that front line. No matter if you die that one time.
OG certainly need quite a bit more out of those sort of team fights if they want to try and get themselves back on top, as it still stands 8k advantage for TNC.
And there's going to be a butterfly coming out soon for Raven. That's going to cause them even more problems, limiting the troll's damage. I mean, it's essentially a 4 protect 1 on OG.
Yeah.
They really have to rely so much on this troll. While TNC, they've actually kind of got a 4 protect 1 too, but because of how well Armel is doing, it does make it a little bit different.
Going for a smoke play here, TNC. They know the ults are down. No RP for 35 seconds, no chaotic offering for 80 seconds. Perfect time for them to pick an engagement. See if they can get anything. Mad and Jerax to head out of the base.
Uh-oh, Mad. He does break the smoke.
They're going to jump forward. They're going to jump up to the high ground here. The smoke was dispelled. I think they thought that someone was up here, but it was actually no tail to the side. The TNC won't find anyone off the back of that play.
They're thinking there's a ward somewhere, though, because the way that TNC made that movement, you see them constantly pinging around. Even putting down more sentries. They're like, it seems like they have vision because of that move, but TNC actually does not.
That should help.
Butterfly, almost done. Raven and No Tail. Just going to be going for Scotty, as we've seen in the past. When we used to see more Troll Magnus, it's all about that stats.
Absolutely. Really is, because they know that they just have to somehow get the two of them in on the front lines and make sure that No Tail can start punching away with those axes without worrying about dying.
He is going to need an MKB though at some point because of that butterfly. Maybe he'll change it up soon.
Definitely a worrying though for OG. I mean, a lot of the times when you do have this sort of melee carry and a Magnus, you do not expect to be a few thousand behind the enemy core. You normally do hope to be on top, and No Tail's still got a bit of climbing to do to get there.
The thing is though that Jerax has been farming a lot this game. 133 last hits, and look at him on the net worth. He's above Sam H on the Sand King. So level 19 on this Pango already. Actually higher level than No Tail.
Find anything with the smoke. They've got the big team fight ultimates. It is just Cuckoo here on the front. Not really the target they would hope for. They want something bigger. No, someone's here. Smoke does get the spells as they come in close. Double wards down though. Cuckoo got the vision on the high ground. They know that they're around sentries down as well. And S4 will jump in, immediately popping the BKB and the chaotic offering. Is that going to get the joint sideline? Matt comes in with the RP. Forces there to bring the Dark World to the side. Skewer comes through, but Armel's still alive for now. Now Raven's ready with the counterplay. Comes in with the BKB. Flat Cannon has taken down No Tail. Looks towards the second, finds Flyers. The rest of OG have to scatter. They have to run. Sam H though, he's on the hunt. He has the Eul Scepter onto Jared. Jared tries for the jump out. Swashbuckles himself below ground, but Sam H is ready to chase with the Burrow Strike. Homing missile down upon him. He's got some damage reduction from the shield crash, but it's not enough as Raven helps clean up. They find 3. And again, this is OG using the RP, the chaotic offering. They'll get the courier, but they do not get the team fight. They're just unable to win these 5-on-5s, even with the big commitments. They may even lose more.
They only got Cuckoo with that. That's 4. We'll be able to TP out. It seems though the Terrorize just unable to catch him.
Jack's not quite speeding up.
Who force staffed the Timbersaw in that fight too?
So force staffed Bruno, didn't he?
Sam H. It looks like Sam H force staffed Timbersaw after the RP went off. But I did see him get pushed out after all that initiation. So that was actually a pretty nice force coming out from Sam H. And now
they just diving in the base. S4 just dies underneath the tier forts.
That's a Rax. And now there's no RP for them to defend, no chaotic offering either.
TNC are going to take this with no trouble at all. They take the mid-Rax.
Moving top.
They want to take more. OG now 14k behind. Mad is coming forward, but he's saying no RP. Can they really achieve anything here? OG in terms of trying to slow down TNC. They'll try and jump forward. They do get the skew onto two, but immediately ready to put the BKB with the corner. He's ready to turn. Look at the stun skew as well for Cuckoo. Holding them in place. They've lost the both of them. They'll have to buy back immediately on No Tail. No Tail looks for a target. Pops the BKB, but already Armel down to the side. Garrett tries to go with the roll in front of her to swashbuckle himself back up. They do manage to keep those racks alive, but it's an expensive defense as 2 buybacks aren't committed and they can't get a kill.
They get the instant disable before the BKB came out from N0tail and kill him instantly. And then when he buys back, he actually used the BKB to try to get some chase kills. So now it's down to 6 seconds already at this point. He's queued up the MKB, but look at his net worth. It's just dwindling away.
Precious bounty.
It's getting pretty rough indeed for OG as TNC playing all guns blazing.
I think OG actually just needs to deny this Roche from TNC, or they won't be able to take any of these next upcoming fights. Because even if they do land some beautiful RP, anything like that, if their versus an Aegis Cheese, it's nullified entirely.
I mean, and as we're seeing as well, these sort of 2-man RP carry offerings, they're not enough. They have to somehow find more, which is, it certainly feels pretty impossible. They've been scanned out. TNC, they know what's up. Armel's just going to walk himself straight into the pit. N0tail desperately hitting away at Roche. OG know that they need something big to try and come back into this one. He's only tickling onto this Timbersaw, and now there's the jump forward. Looking for N0tail, he does have the BKB back up, but he gets telekinesis to terrorize as well, locking him down in place. He can't do anything here. N0tail falling off, he gets dead. The Bedlam comes through, that's N0tail got the 90 seconds, they've dropped the county over, but this fight is too split up for OG to take at all. As TNC just clean them up one by one. 3 dead on OG. Jarek swashbuckles his way up to the high ground that they're chasing. They'll quickly go out with a shield crash and blink dagger towards the mid lane. OG are trying to take these creeps away, but the creeps up top are already in the base of OG, and with Mad and N0tail down for a good minute, this seems like this should be a big opportunity for TNC to look to close this game up. And they will.
And they call it GG.
GG is called, ladies and gentlemen. TNC will take down OG in this match. And they look pretty good doing it as well. That final pistol certainly proved to be an issue as OG had no answer to it in the mid lane. Raven got all the space in the world to farm, and some fantastic support play. This sort of prioritization on the warding made it impossible for S4 with the Vendetta and Magnus with the Mad with the Shadowblade to actually do anything.
Yeah,
they have their number every.
Most impressive thing to me, like sure, Raven